Hello, everyone. We are live. Welcome to tonight's episode of Oodvin. My name is Maxwell Williams. I am your DM, as always, and I play a whole bunch of cool, interesting, and quirky characters, including the ever beautiful, the ever helpful, the concentration whiz, Iris.
Hi everybody, my name is Sam Rinaldi and I play Winslow, the Twilight. I don't think I have any facts.
Hello, my name is Connor McGinley. I play Feloy, the Modron Wizard, and luckily I had some very good rolls last time. And you're about to see how many shenanigans the party can get into.
Hello everyone, I'm Dame Brancato, and I play Zephyr Windstrider, the Air Genasi College of Swords bard of the group. Little fun fact about Zephyr this week is he learned that his sister is trapped in the time pools, and he got a little nervous because he's never been a strong swimmer. He's very buoyant. So he heard pool and got a little nervous.
I definitely thought you introduced yourself as Jennifer, and I was like, that's a choice. All right. But, hi, my name is Julie Risto, and I play our swashbuckling warlock of the group, Octavia Lagazur. And last time we left her boyfriend behind. She is coming for that shard. They're gonna get Lily back for sure. They're getting Lily back. It's gonna happen. And though she might not be a strong enough wizard to help, she will be emotional support.
Hello, my name is Aaron Gordon. I play the character Februm Cask, the Simic hybrid blood fighter. I'm a little under the weather today, so I will try my best to keep consistent. But fun fact that we learned from last week is I apparently have an Elder God taped to my face.
And I'm Drew Gordon. I play Oliver Furnace, the armor artificer human, and he's still old and getting older. And he's
We
really
love
defending Ned here.
Yep. So, with that, let's do a quick little recap how we got here. So our party, you know, these freshman students at Ravenside Academy have ventured into the waste on a quest to essentially save the world. They have collected several of these shards, these planar shards, in hopes of either using their power to save the world, or an idea that's been posited around of somehow contacting, resurrecting, or connecting to an ancient god that seems to reside / be a part of these shards. Their journeys have led them many places, but where they are right now is the Twilight Grove, a research facility for the goddess Crookton. A little bit of an escape from the celestial plane for her. But the party's what's the word? I want to say refuge. I wanted to say refuse.
Refuse or
be
refuge.
trash.
Both are bad.
Refuge. Yeah, no. And it was like I need to hit the middle. But they have found some safety in the Twilight Grove, as well as a new companion. Our good robot buddy Feloy. With his help, and as well as some looking by Crookton, the party has found their next destination. The location of the Construct Shard. They had a little bit of worrying news as Feloy noticed miraculously that the glimmering light in the distance was no longer glimmering. And after a little bit more intense look by Kirkton herself, the party determined that the eclipse has made a move on the construct shards. To what extent the eclipse has been able to succeed, it is unknown and unfamiliar. But with a shard and a location of power in order to resurrect their good friend
Lily,
Lily, that's the name.
the older sister of Iris.
The older sister of Iris, of course.
You got
The party has decided to resurrect one bird and kill another bird with the same stone.
that. I hate that.
And after a day or so of rest to give Axel a little time to recover and the rest of the party some time to prepare, they are, I believe, ready to make their way back into the waste once more and heading in an eastward direction. So with that, the Tide Strider has been pulled around to the closest eastward exit from the grove. Food and preparations have been made. You are plenty supplied, unless you wanted any other magical items, health potions, stuff like that. Hagatha is at your disposal. Ned is patiently waiting in the back seat, doing his best to keep his hands to himself. While Iris and Axel kind of chat quietly with each other, waiting for the rest of the party to be ready. Kirkton is also there. She's probably, Feloy, she's fussing over you a little bit more than she usually would. She's like, oh, so you've got everything prepared, and you've got, do you have extra oil for your joints? Just to make sure that you never know with all the dust out there.
That's typically not an issue for my build or transient.
Oh, of course. Well, I mean, like, at least take a little bit, just for my sake.
Of course.
And it's like a little, like, sanitizer bottle, essentially.
Yeah.
It's got, like, a little loop on it. She just, like, hands it to you. Do be safe. It does get quite lonely here.
I understand. I will return swiftly. I have no intention of leaving you here.
Lovely, fantastic. Well, I do wish you all the best of luck. I shall monitor a bit from here. But do be aware, after the first several hundred miles, you do leave my protective range. So, be careful and don't die. That would be quite dreadful.
I'll do my best, Mom, thanks.
It'll be the first time actually.
Yeah. that is indeed my mom, yeah.
Crazy.
Well, some of us can't make any promises, but we'll do our best.
Lovely. Oh, Winnie, I almost forgot. She, like, toddles over and, like, she doesn't have to move because she ends up, like, pulling it out of thin air anyway. But she, like, pretends that she's, like, opening up, like, a cabinet, essentially. And she pulls out this bundle of, like, cookies that are stacked on top of each other. They've got, like, a light lavender tint, and they're wrapped in plastic with a little bow. A sweet treat for the road, if you would.
Hey.
Of course.
I didn't know you baked.
Well,
I don't.
It is-
No.
it is kind of just like a chemical compound. You kind of just follow the list and make sure that everything's done correctly.
Yeah.
Of
Thanks.
course. Yes. Well, if there's nothing else, you best be on your way. You know, burning moonlight and all.
Octavia will
I
kind of
wouldn't
like
put it
look
that
at
way.
Winnie. Octavia will look at Winnie and be like, "Is there anything else, or shall we get going?"
Tell Lauren I said bye too.
Of course, of course.
And I love you both.
I love you too, Winnie.
Okay, bye.
She looks a little
Car-
puzzled. She's like, I don't.
The car revs. she'll take off as soon as Winnie's like, "Okay, bye." Octavia's like, "All right, great," and they get going.
Fantastic. Yeah, so you all pop into the car, take off, and the Tide Strider. As you kind of leave this border to the Twilight Grove, it feels almost like breaking through a light film. It's always an interesting feeling for you, Feloy. And for the rest of you, it almost goes kind of unnoticed. But you head out into the waste. Specifically in this eastward direction, you go from this beautiful, lush, violet forest to a completely petrified one. The trees have been sucked of all their moisture. It is just hollow husks of wood that has been dried and sat there for so long it almost looks like cement.
That's depressing.
The dust picks up behind you, Octavia, as you step on the gas. And I need...
Oh my gosh, I forgot that Feloy and Al are in the front, and Feloy's like wedged in between.
Yes, yes.
I forgot.
Last to the party, he has to ride bitch. It's just the rule.
Which the Tide Strider's like, it's pretty packed.
Wait, did that mean we had Brad riding there at some point?
Yes.
Yeah, it would have meant that Brad was riding middle seat at
No.
some point.
I think we would have thought about it and then said, actually, why don't you go in the back?
I think that he was in the back with Axel and Iris for the most part.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Our row of NPCs in the back.
Mhm. Which is now Axel, Iris, and Ned.
Probably tried to like sit between them and
He was like sitting in the middle, and like Axel walked up trying to be polite, and Iris just like gave him a look, and he like moved over instantly.
absolutely.
Axel is sitting in the middle.
Even a demon knows. Oh, fuck.
With Iris.
With Iris.
So yeah, first day of travel. Can I have someone roll me a d20?
I'll do it. Natural 20, baby.
Whoa!
Whoa.
That's
Right.
either really good for us or really good for
That's
Max.
the worst option.
Yes, you all die. Congratulations.
Yeah, so you're all you must die.
The Tide Strider spontaneously combusts. You are all dead.
Thank you for rolling that natural 20 attack roll against you, Al.
I'll show you.
Actually,
That's gonna be
we
so
drive
much.
through we drive through an early tide pool on accident. It's just like one stray random one, and it only affects Al.
No, Al just ages down 20 years.
Oh,
Yes.
spicy.
Natural.
It's a natural 20 years, though.
Your first day of travel goes by surprisingly well. It is a clear day. The dust storms are at a minimum. Even Feloy, like, this is a remarkably amazing day. You have great vision of your surroundings. And as you approach the end of the day, you see the ravine, or the entrance to the ravine, popping up on your horizon.
Since it's a nice day, I'm sorry to interrupt, but since it's a nice day, do I by chance see any Modron on the way? I assume I would have the, like, 1 day's journey pretty well marked off, but just, like, on the off chance.
I'm operating under the assumption that this first day has, like, very little even scrap.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because, you're pretty far away from where the entrance to the construct plane would have been, where they kind of had their, like, set up portal opening. So there's not a whole lot of Modron that were able to make it this far, and you've also had plenty of time to scour this area.
Just had to ask.
No, but you can rest assured that you have. It's probably one of those, like, you sit back and you do, like, a scan to see for anything, and you are, like, nicely confident and happy in your abilities that you've, like, cleared this space out.
Cool.
It's not until you hit the end of the day where you start seeing some of the larger corrupted constructs walking around towards the top of the ravine, but far in the distance. Yeah. First day of travel. Easy peasy.
Easy.
Lunaris begins to dip down below the horizon. Duskradil rising into the sky as temperatures drop a little bit. Are you all making camp?
That would be the smart thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why don't somebody make me a survival check for trying to find a good location?
Not me.
Probably not me.
Anyone good in survival?
I have a do it.
Is
it,
this
Winnie.
going to fall to Feloy from
It's just really
experience?
ironic.
What do you have?
Ironic that I'm good in survival. Sorry, I
Do
learned
it,
about
Winnie.
stuff in 3. All right.
Guidance.
Okay, what's that give me?
D4.
Oh, I had a plus
Okay.
9 survival? What?
Oh,
Why?
you whore.
I have a
More than
negative
90, no.
wisdom. Why is it so high?
You probably
You
took
have
a class.
expertise.
Did
Oh,
you
I'm
take
there.
a class?
Yeah.
You're a
Oh,
bard,
and a
yeah.
bard.
Jack of all trades.
No, I just have double proficiency in it.
I was gonna say expertise would be plus 10. Minus 1 would make it.
Minus one is
9.
15.
15.
That's
You find a larger rock where one side has been kind of weathered out. It doesn't provide you total cover, but it's enough to kind of slide the Tide Strider up next to it. Maybe lay a couple blankets over it so it doesn't show as much in the 30 feet.
I was just gonna say I'll
Me every time I
go ahead
have
and
DM. 30 feet?
what is that?
Everything's 30 or 60 feet. Confirmed.
If I
Pretty
use
easy.
stone shape, could I like bring it out a little bit more?
Oh,
Make
of
it
course,
a little
yeah.
More of a cave-ish.
Yeah, of course.
I'll do that.
Nice.
Max, we definitely would have gotten, at least during our time in the grove, we would have gotten a long rest at some point, right? Because I have a bunch of stuff that I just never marked off.
Oh yeah, you should be, like, the only one that
Slept there a
should,
couple times.
like, Axel still had 1 level of exhaustion for this day, but other than that, everyone should be back up, long rested, and ready to go.
I forgot to ask that, so thank you.
No problem.
Anybody watches?
Yeah, I'll take first watch.
Oh, I'll get second then.
I can get
Are
the
we doing
last
2
one.
per or?
Dad waking up early in the morning.
Well, I've got to
Before
get to the
everyone
field.
I think 1 for now is just fine. I don't feel like we're close enough to need more than 1 person.
I don't require sleep, so I will naturally be vigilant the entire night.
Eloy's our second person the entire night.
Well,
Not
you
that I
don't
don't trust you, Feloy,
power
but I
down or
also,
anything?
I'm not tired.
I must remain inactive, but I can still see during that time.
Yeah, because Lily would just kind of stand over us when we slept.
I probably will not take that approach.
I do kind of miss the
Isn't it
ominous culture days.
They'll be back soon. Have those beady eyes watching you all night.
Well, that was different
Judging,
bodies, so it's
judging,
not
watching.
gonna be beady eyes anymore, but
It was the fake Lily,
Lily.
Lily. Yes, I forgot.
Yes, yes, yes.
Lila, you know, it could have gone a number of ways.
No, Lily's.
Just give the rest Zephyr.
Nighttime!
Yeah, everyone just like silence after that.
Well,
Alright, I'm going to bed.
Wow.
They did
Gotta
a
hit
Midwest
play.
like thigh smack, like, welp,
Wow, we do that, don't we?
we do.
You do a lot.
That's a thing. That is a 100% thing.
Wow.
Alright, well, good night, guys.
Well,
No.
Aren't you staying?
well,
I am.
You're
I'm
first
second
watch.
shift.
I am
Yeah,
first.
Okay, okay.
Don't worry, Gramps. Get your night. Get your sleep.
You can have your rest in the morning. Alright, Grandpa, let's get you to
Thank
bed.
you. Sleep is just a portal to oats.
it's just a portal to.
Please, we need a
Oh.
merch line now. We need a merch line now. I want that on a
We have
shirt.
so many good lines for merch, but
Oh, I'm sobbing.
maybe one day.
Oh, Connor, are you doing it?
you can do it.
Okay.
Good. In the quotes channel.
Yeah.
Good.
Our quotes channel is just our merch channel.
Honestly, the vibe.
Okay, Max, you can continue.
You can take it over.
Sorry, please
Please
take
take
from
it.
us
No,
before
no.
we say any
This is fine. Let's just keep going this way, right?
Just
Over
stay
there,
here
over there,
for the
right,
night,
like frantically writing
for
down.
real night.
Oats podcast.
the Oats podcast. No.
So yeah, who? Octavia, you're taking first watch.
Yeah, me and Feloy.
You
Best
and
buds.
Eloy. All right. Make a perception check. Either each of you can make one, or one person can make it with advantage.
Well, I rolled an 18 and I have a +6, so that's a 24.
Okay, that's fine. Here, since that's already what you rolled, I rolled 11.
Alright.
Beautiful. Feloy, there's something like exciting about being out in the waste. As much as it's not something you necessarily look forward to, like it's one of those like a researcher being in the field versus in the lab.
Yeah, I think he's doing. it's weird to call it daydreaming, but it's daydreaming. About the fact that he actually gets to be out this far, rather than just the illusion.
Octavia, you go ahead, give a good look around. You do notice the kind of consistent, ominous stomping in the distance of heavy metallic feet walking a path over and over and over again. It's a little worrying, but they don't seem to be getting any closer. Kind of locked in these methodical paths. You see like the light shimmer of multicolored like little orbs and lights kind of scattered haphazardly in the waste in the distance. If the sound wasn't as ominous, it's kind of beautiful. It's almost like a star field on the ground.
Neat. If she were poetic, I'd say she wrote about it like in a journal or something, but she's not. So she's just like, oh, that's pretty.
But she's not.
But she's not. So she will instead walk over to Zephyr once her shift is done and just kind of tap his forehead until he wakes up. Zephyr.
Huh?
Zephyr.
What?
Zephyr.
What? You're asleep.
I cast sleep.
You're asleep.
Lights out.
No, you.
Yeah, no, she just kind of looks at him and she's like, you have 5 seconds to rephrase that. 5, 4, 3,
What did I said
2.
I'm awake.
Okay.
What?
Your shift.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got it.
Stay awake.
I'm up. he goes over now to take his shift.
Yeah, she will go to bed.
Fantastic. Zephyr? Perception check?
Yes. Perception check. That is a 18.
18. Kind of see and hear most of what the same thing that Octavia was hearing. There isn't much else going on, though. It's a little boring at times to kind of stare into a desolate waste. But uneventful isn't always a bad thing. I do have a question. Who has the shards?
I have one.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
Wait,
I have the material.
oh, okay.
Februm has the Fae, and Zephyr
I have
has
the
the primordial.
Oh, okay, yeah, because there's 3. Okay, I got it.
Yeah. Watch goes by uneventfully. Who's taking third watch?
Grandpa!
I was
My
gonna
grandpa was taking the last.
Oh, last watch. We've got
Yeah.
one more. Isn't it 3? Yeah, it's
Okay.
Grandpa.
That's you. Yep.
3 works fine. I'm good with doing 3 and not needing 4.
Zephyr's gonna come up and like put his hand on Al's shoulder and just kind of like gently rock him back and forth. Hey, Al.
Is it time for oats?
Yes, it
It's
is,
time for
buddy.
oats.
Thank goodness.
Don't lie to him.
You get
Aw.
some more sleep.
Hey, it's always time for oats.
It's always a good time for oats.
Can I share oats with Al before I go to bed? Like, can we have a nice little oat
Have
breakfast?
a little oats as a treat.
Oh,
Yeah.
break?
You've been good. Have some oats.
A little oat break? Yeah.
Here, how about I'll make you some oats. I'll save you some for when you wake up, actually, because you do need some sleep.
Alright. Thanks,
Sleep
Al.
is more important.
The problem is that because you're doing it this way, you get your oats the way Al eats his oats, which is with nothing added.
That's fine. I'm assuming it's somewhat dark, correct?
It is very dark.
Okay, Zephyr's gonna, like, on the lowest brightness, have his phone on and, like, using it. Not using the flashlight on it, but trying to use it as a flashlight. And he's just gonna, like, beef it on a rock. Just trip and eat shit.
I love the English language.
Wham down.
Has no one ever used that term before?
Beef
No,
it?
I just was reflecting on how
Yeah.
none of those words meant what they literally mean.
It's true.
That's
Al, would you
wild.
roll
Oh,
for your
wait.
perception check?
12.
12. Yeah, you stare out into this black void covered in speckled, multicolored lights. I'm gonna say Ned probably stays up with you. These shard things, they're like pretty cool, right? Pretty cool.
Yes. They are very powerful.
So like when we get all the shards, like have we like decided what the plan is with that?
I don't know if we have. We know we want to get rid of the devouring and kind of rebuild the world.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Did you have something you wanted to ask?
Well, it's just like I've like I feel like I'm kind of like turning my life around finally, and like not to get like too sentimental, but like I really like you guys, and I don't want to like just like poof,
Well, I'm not planning on getting rid of you.
Yeah, and I know. I just like there's been some like talk of like resurrecting this like god, and like gods aren't usually big fans of like demons, and it's just gonna like suck if like make it to the end and then like that's it.
Do you have any information on this entity? I don't know if we've talked about simply resurrecting it in detail, but
There's been like a chat here and there about
Here and
like
there, yeah.
bringing the god back, and it just like worries me sometimes.
well, what's her name? Crap.
I mean, need a little more
I'm
detail
already
than that.
forgetting things.
Offenzia?
No, not Offenzia. Well, actually, yes, Offenzia. And Crookton. They both like you, and they're both goddesses. Kind of.
Yeah, but I feel like when we're talking about like the stereotypical gods, those are not great examples.
Yes, perhaps.
Also, I'm not gonna lie. When I like feel like both of them are looking at me, it feels much more like a science experiment than like a creature.
Yes, that's how I feel. Not quite the same when the hags look at me. I get that. Like, you're not. I really don't want to get rid of you, and I know I give you a hard time, and there's things that we both do that aren't necessarily how do I say this? Ned, I want to keep you around, and no matter what path that takes us down, I believe in second chances. And I'm going to make sure that you get yours. No matter what you wanted in the past, or what you want now, or what you did in the past. Bringing those shards together is going to represent a second chance for the whole world, really. And I'm going to do whatever in my power I'm able to make sure you get that.
Thanks, Al. You know, I don't think anyone's ever been this nice to me.
No. I think it's just an appearance thing. I feel
You
like
think?
nobody's really gotten to know you.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, you're right. All right, well, I should probably go discorporate for a second, you know, get my
Yeah,
stamina
maybe.
back.
Yeah. I have a feeling, we might be able to find some parts in the cave.
Yeah?
So, might get you a couple more legs.
Hey, that's good with me.
Okay, you go discorporate.
Have a good rest of your watch, Al.
You have a good. Do you sleep? Do you rest?
I kind of like phased in and out of reality.
Have a good phase.
Me too.
Well, I mean, like technically, you know, I'm still like attached to you, so like I'm kind of like resting inside of your body, but like.
Well, yes, yeah.
But I'm just gonna go over here so the armor doesn't like when it just kind of falls into a pile.
Yes, I get it.
Cool. Yeah.
Cool.
Just lies down in the middle of the floor.
He like waddles over, and you just hear like a couple of clanking, like. And a little puff of black smoke.
Smells like cigarettes. Oh my goodness.
It's strong.
Yeah, towards the end of my watch, I start making some oatmeal, and yeah.
Well, while Al is on his watch, Octavia, Februm, and Zephyr.
I'm done.
Your eyes kind of flicker open to a bright room. It is blinding almost. You are in a tower that stretches high into the sky. You see the mist of clouds outside the windows. But more importantly, the sky is a different color. It is a bright, light pale blue.
Do we see each other? Or
You
are we
do.
alone?
You do see each other. You wake up at this kind of conferencey round table, each seated in a different location. But you all kind of wake up around the same time, glancing around the room. You're dressed in completely different clothing. It is ornate and well-fitting, with bits of gold lace and trim sewn into the fabric. It fits you perfectly. For if you didn't like see it on you, you would almost feel like you weren't wearing anything.
God damn it! I can't even escape this. In my dreams.
It flows beautifully, and there's a lovely smell of lilac in the air. A light music seems to be playing out of nowhere. Songs that you recognize, Zephyr, from your device.
Playing Party Rock Anthem.
No. Some of like the more like ballady jazz that would be on that.
So Party Rock, but like the jazz cover.
Yeah, the jazz
No.
cover. Yeah, everyone knows that one.
The jazz cover. Of
It's
Gangnam Style playing.
it's the piano covers of all of the like popular pop music that you you listen into and you're like, is that? Yeah, that is. Okay.
That's
Piano
love
guys.
story. Okay. Yeah.
And chime in with the.
Your eyes flash open in this conference hall. What are y'all doing?
Is it just us
I
sitting
look
at
up
this
at
table?
the.
At the table, yes, but would you like to make a perception check?
And you have advantage because I want to do it too.
Go ahead and make a separate check.
Okay.
Can I join in on the
Hey.
fun?
Why not? Everyone's
Um,
looking around confused.
mine's a 25.
So,
So,
So.
Zephyr.
14. Looking at this guy.
You kind of look around, and this room doesn't seem to be much bigger than this table space. It's like the top of a tower that has been specifically designated for this like meeting space. And you've got these huge windows surrounding most of the walls. But there is one doorway on the kind of the far side of the room. There doesn't seem to be anyone else in the room with you currently. But as you're looking around, I would say it is hard to believe what you're looking at when you look out these windows. Not only is the sky blue, but you see a bustling metropolis of advanced technology, vehicles not unlike the Tide Strider flying through the air. Dozens and dozens of individuals seem to be either walking on invisible platforms or flying themselves. You see a collection of druids, you would assume, but in like athletic wear, as they all transform into their animals and begin a run of sorts. It is a remarkable scene. I would say at least one or two of you do make the mistake of glancing a little too closely at the burning ball of fire in the air.
Look like my dad.
It's gonna be
Vaguely. But not as sinister. This you kind of like you feel its warmth. It feels like a warm blanket being laid over top of you.
I'm going to make the executive decision to say that it was Februm and Zephyr because Octavia's like not gonna bother, but Februm's curious and Zephyr doesn't know any better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is this like a memory or a potential future? Because I could be convinced of either. I'm just mainly confused and a little annoyed that my whatever nice dream I was having before that I definitely don't remember at all was interrupted for this.
Okay, so there's a small chance that we're dead again,
No.
but this doesn't look like.
If
Like when
we're
I
dead,
died.
then this is hell.
Don't seem all
Yeah,
that.
I can't.
She says that deadpanning looking at Zephyr.
Wait, hold on, what?
Don't no. That shouldn't even have to grace that with a response.
Considering it's us three standing here, I
Highly doubt
We could-
it.
probably guess that it's a memory from the shards. I would guess.
Ah,
I am holding on to that. Well, joy.
And as you kind of mention it, you notice that each shard has been carefully wrapped around each of your necks, kind of laid in this metallic wrapping, very similar to like a lot of like the crystalline necklaces and stuff that you would see nowadays. Very ornate. With a leather cord wrapped around each of your necks, and they just kind of each faintly glow a different color.
does that mean that there are 3 empty seats at the table?
There are 3 empty seats at the table.
Can I go check out the door?
Yeah. You begin to walk over to the door when there is a knock. A couple of quick taps.
No solicitors.
Come in.
Oh, don't mind if I do.
Oh, God.
No, fuck, go back. Go back. Go back. Fuck, go back.
As the
You're no longer
door
welcome.
slowly opens, you see her red hair kind of tied tightly back in a bun. The normal laboratory attire and the large pink gloves have been replaced by an elegant black and gold dress. Sleeveless, of course, you can see her huge arms. But she walks in her high heels, towering over your party. And for a-
Rutha.
And for a moment, there is this eerie silence as her heels clack against the marble flooring. Oh, I just wondered who I was gonna run into. Interesting that it's you 3. I could have sworn that somebody else was holding on to one of them. But that's alright, isn't it?
So you're like not memory. You're like real.
Zephyr, look at her neck. Zephyr,
Well, no,
look.
I mean I see it, but better safe. I'm asking.
What the?
Confirmation.
You look at her neck, and she too has a leather cord and a crystalline shard wrapped in a metallic casing, loosely hanging right about her chest.
Okay.
I'm going to stand and walk up to her. How much taller is she than Octavia?
How tall is Octavia?
5'6".
Over a foot taller.
What the?
Okay.
lady.
Rutha is
Lady
like
in a Trask.
Rutha's like 6'3", 6'4", and then she's also got like 4-inch heels on.
Ouchie. Yeah, Octavia will walk up to her and kind of like put her hand on her hip, and she's like, "What do you want?"
Well, I was just wondering if we could, hammer out a little deal of sorts.
A deal with you. Hilarious.
Of course. I feel like you've all gotten the wrong impression.
No.
No,
I
you know,
think we got a
I
pretty
think,
good
I
impression.
think the impression that we got is pretty accurate, fire and
Oh.
brimstone and all that.
Why don't we all just sit, enjoy a glass of wine?
I'm like 99% sure you killed my parents, so not really. Not really a fan of that.
She will walk over to the table
Oh,
and kind of
so you
sit
just-
down.
Alright.
Yeah, like brushes right past
She's-
you in that comment.
Oh, trust me, Zephyr. She's committed quite a bit of patricide, I do believe.
Used to.
Now. The past is the past, and there's nothing we can do to go back there. But
What do you
Works out
I
there,
hope
you
you
know.
don't. I hope you do know that I am trying to be merciful.
Oh. How generous of you.
Februm, please talk to her. I can't.
Well, first off, I find it hard to believe that you were the one that called us three here.
Isn't it funny when a whole research team that's been learning and figuring out these shards for past couple decades can get you? They are mighty powerful. They always seem to connect us. And she's gonna she grasps her shard and squeezes it a little bit. And all three of you can feel this uncomfortable sensation of someone grabbing the back of your neck and squeezing around your arteries.
You'd better stop that.
Oh, of course. But would you sit down with me then?
Do you really have
Octavia
a
will
matter?
take the seat right next to her.
Ah, lovely. White or red? I'm a partial to red myself.
Cabernet.
Fantastic. And pours you a glass.
We might as well hear her out. For better or for worse.
Februm's gonna take the seat. It's a circular table, like a round table.
Yep.
Or he's gonna take the seat across from
Damn.
Ruth. He's like, well, we have all night, I suppose.
I'll just take. I guess I'll sit on the other side of Februm, so I'm not directly next to her. But
You've got
I'm at a
figure eight.
table.
You got a figure
Yeah.
eight style. I know you're
What do you
coming.
want, Ruth?
I know you're on your way. And I would like you to know that we're ready for you. We've been expecting you for quite some time, actually. Our indicators had told you that you'd be arriving at our location much sooner, but seems a rogue agent sent you off in another direction. Mighty generous, should I say. Gave me plenty of time. guess I really should be thanking you all.
I really don't think you're ready for us.
Well, as much as I can't wait to put that to the test, I would much rather spare all your lives. You are quite valuable, all in your own regards. The programmer, the scientist, and we can't forget the chieftain. Each of you with your own role to play in the new world. I
Your
hope
god.
you know.
Your god doesn't care much for your actions.
Oh, Blazadin. Well, you know, he is a relic of the old world. And, you know, he will have to be done away with eventually as well. He has provided us with the clairvoyance and the tools. But even he is flawed. Lacks conviction.
So what, you would place yourself at the head of a new era as its god?
Doesn't seem like much of an improvement over Blazadin.
That does have a nice ring to it, I will admit, but no. I think the time of gods is dead. I think they deserve to fade to the wind, like the rest of the past. It's time for us to start anew, wouldn't you say?
So what are you saying should be done with the shards?
I think they should be used to remake the world. Remake it for the loyal. For those worthy.
And here comes the speech about who you deem loyal and who you deem unworthy, and quite frankly, I'm not interested in hearing it.
Oh, I
Part
do.
where the villain belongs.
What did you say? I
Is
missed
that
it.
Max or Rutha? Because
This is
not
Max.
gonna.
Max missed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was something about, is this the
Zephyr
part
just
where the
said,
villain monologues?
Yeah, he was like agreeing with Octavia.
Well, now I did have a lovely speech prepared, but if you don't want to hear it, I guess I can cut straight to the point.
Great.
If
DM in
you
parentheses, please hear my speech.
now,
Dane wants to hear the speech. Zephyr does not.
all I ask is that you hand your shots over to me. That's all I ask. Now, rest assured, I will be retrieving them one way or another, but whether or not you still have air in your lungs is entirely up to you.
May I? Sleight of hand for her necklace.
Ooh.
Go ahead and roll a check.
Wait, how would that?
Can I use a luck point?
Sure.
Alright. Let me find where that is in my... There we go. Alright. Make I can roll an additional d20. Alright. Here we go. I'll take the 18. That plus 13 is 31. Is that right?
Without anyone noticing, as Rutha kind of turns to take a sip of her wine, Octavia, you reach over, kind of looping your finger, getting it close to the edge, the clasp at the back of this leather. And you make contact. And you feel this overwhelming, repelling force as Octavia flies out of her chair, slamming into the wall, cracking the glass behind you.
That does happen.
Blood drips out from your mouth as you cough up blood, falling to your hands and knees on the other side of the room. Oh, I wouldn't try that, honey. It won't end well for you. This is a safe space, of course. No threats, no theft, no violence. I couldn't even harm you here if I wanted to.
Then I guess I can't wait to pry it from your neck for real. Because there's no way in hell any of us are giving you our shards.
Is that a final say on all of y'all?
Why does she get to say all the cool lines for everyone?
Love says them first. I'm not a Just gets to it.
She is pushing herself up to stand, and she wipes her face and spits blood on the floor, and she's like, "That's final."
She just beats me to it every time.
I'm just here to ask questions. I'm not here to say cool shit.
You can do both.
Octavia and Rutha are like this, and they're just the peanut gallery behind
We're just
Octavia.
having a sidebar.
Well, if you wanted fire and brimstone, then I'll give you fire and brimstone. Don't worry.
If we're so important to your new world, wouldn't you not want to kill us anyway? Just halting your progress? For someone so smart.
Oh. You're valuable, of course, but you're not irreplaceable.
Well, there's
Zephyr,
I'm the
people
only one, actually.
to people like this, Zephyr, they don't care about the end goal. They just want everyone to agree with what they want.
She's gonna stand up and she'll walk over to the Zephyr. Oh, I think me and you both know that you're not the only one. And if I remember correctly, I do think that sister of yours headed in a northern direction.
And you don't think.
Would be
He looks at everyone with a look of shit, she's on to us.
it would be such a shame if anything were to happen to her. Oh. But some things can't be helped. Accidents do happen.
Like your birth?
Damn it!
Yeah, her and Febra fist bump.
Oh. Say what you want, but when I transcend, when we all transcend, we'll make sure to laugh over your graves.
And if, by whatever miracle, I do happen to die, you will be crowned the goddess of hypocrites.
Oh, don't
So
worry.
you say all this stuff about banishing the gods and being away with them, but now you're here talking about transcending? Doesn't file
not
in together with that.
New World Order, not godhood.
Right. They're just we called something different.
So it's just it's a changing of labels, really.
Right.
mind real quick. If you think I was gonna help you, and if you think killing me leaves you, you must be dumb as shit if you think that Sai is gonna be helping you. Especially because she apparently knows what happened. And I'm just now learning. She's not gonna give you the time of day. And good luck being on her bad side.
It is so lovely. Fuck. Can't think of the word. There we go. I'm just gonna use a different word. It is so beautifully naive that you just forget that mind control exists.
Zephyr's gonna try and punch her. Like, he knows it's not gonna work, but...
You throw a punch and the same thing happens to you that happened to Octavia. You
ragdoll.
launch across the
door
room.
still open, so he flies through the doorway.
Fabram's just gonna give a deep sigh and go help him up.
Yeah, Octavia definitely purposefully sidesteps to avoid him as he flies.
Could have got him.
She could. Well, no, probably not. Her strength is -1. She definitely could not have.
I just think it's funny.
Last chance. Maybe not for you, but for your loved ones. Anything?
I think when you started this crusade all those years ago, you knew that there would be people who'd stand against you. I just don't think you're quite ready for us as you think you are.
Guess we shall
So-
see.
I don't think you know. I know you know my loved ones, and I think they would kill me if I decided to go with you anyways.
That's valid. There's a lot of that would happen. For most of us, I think. So,
Well, then I guess they will get their wish. Rather dead than turned. There's a moment where she, like, holds her ear to an earpiece that doesn't exist. And she kind of turns to the side. All troops in position. Lovely. Yes. She looks at Octavia. Please release the monstrosities on the island, and I'm pretty sure the witch is out. That does seem to leave the Fada fairly vulnerable, doesn't it? It was such a pleasure talking with you all. Can't wait to meet you soon. Have a pleasant rest
hang
of
you
your
for
evening.
your entrails!
Yeah, the reality kind of distorts as color goes to gray, and the whole dream falls apart around you.
I need to wake up as fast as possible.
Yeah, Al,
Just jolt awake. Like,
Al, you-
simultaneously.
the oatmeal is just getting to like a good consistency. It's starting to bubble a little bit. And the three of them jolt awake. First of all, before y'all do anything, Octavia and Zephyr, you feel tired. I would like
Yeah, I
you
figured
both
so.
to take a level of exhaustion.
Damn it.
It was bold of me to assume that Max would just let me be funny.
No.
But this is funnier, honestly. I'm down.
Especially after I showed you that it had
Nothing
consequences.
you knew.
Yeah, I was like, why did you do
Immediately
that?
after.
Yeah,
Yeah, you shouldn't have
Octavia
done
is going to, Feloy, Winnie, do either of you have create water, please? I need it
I might.
immediately.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Don't worry.
Water.
Let me.
Now, okay. I don't know how preparing spells at the start of a day works, but like Winnie's just waking up. Could she prepare it even if she doesn't?
I'm fine with that.
Because I don't
You're
think
like,
I
hold
have
on.
it.
I have create food and water. What did you want me to have?
No. Create
I
or
need to
destroy
be
water.
submerged, like immediately.
So okay.
It's not the time for a shower.
She pulls out one of her knives and slits through her palm.
What am I?
Oh.
What am I?
People are
looking
attacking
for?
the island. She needs to make a call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is-
By
Can
the
I
way,
make-
Rutha, still a bitch.
Yeah, not a fan.
Feloy?
Can I make like a vat of water? Like an illusory, like yeah, that's why I'm confused.
I would say you could make the vat, but maybe not the water?
I mean, water's inanimate.
Well, what if you make the vat and then Winnie puts water in it?
I mean, I could do that. I was just trying to save her having to prepare it.
Fair enough.
I can do it.
I think I'm gonna say that, like, it is one of those interesting things that only pops up in an illusion wizard.
Spray water.
I think you can do it.
I was gonna
Is
say,
it,
animate
like, the
to
water-
me would be like something that moves on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, I can quickly create like a as big as you need illusory vat of water, and then I can just focus on keeping it real for as long as you need.
Cool. I am jumping in that shit, and pulling out my transmitter, and pressing it into the palm that's bleeding, and we can do that after everyone else does stuff.
I guess is anyone else doing anything immediately?
Zephyr's just gonna,
As Octavia
battle rope.
dips below the water, and the water begins to take kind of a dark, murky color.
I think Feloy would probably turn to Februm and Zephyr, who seem to understand what happened, and just like
Yeah, Zephyr's gonna give everyone.
a brief overview of what transpired.
Rutha understands the stones a lot more than we do, and now that she has one, she's able to talk to us in her dreams.
Oh, yes, that
Uh,
does seem
a
to
lot
make
of threatening, and she made a call whilst in said dream to attack the lake
refugees.
folk.
The refugees,
And all the
not
refugees
the
on the
lake
island.
folk. The refugees.
Um,
That's Winnie's
puts
dad.
a large
that's-
damper on things.
Is there any way we can get back?
Not to there, not that fast.
I mean, there's the possibility to teleport, but
Would rather
risky.
Yeah.
not rain do that early.
I mean,
on,
unless
since there were-
if somebody has something from the island, like I could teleport us there, but we're gonna have to leave the Tide Strider here.
Why don't we wait and see what Octavia discovers?
Real quick, Axel, unrelated, totally
Hmm?
owe you an apology. I think we were in the old world and there was a blue sky. I know
I
gave
told you!
gave you a hard time on that before, but
It was quite a miraculous sight, I will say.
oh yeah, it was gorgeous. Wish I
It
had
was
some
almost,
fun.
it's like an upside down ocean.
Yeah. All right, we gotta focus. We gotta focus. We'll talk about it later, though. For real.
Did we decide that the eye stock was like ready to be put on, or was it like almost?
Almost. You need a little more time to work on it. If I remember correctly, you rolled well, but not super well.
Something else.
Maybe it's
I
been
don't remember
over
what it
there
was,
for a long time. What do you think the odds are that he comes back up?
It's definitely several minutes. I don't know necessarily how long the conversation's gonna go, but like Octavia's under there for a little bit of a worrying amount of time.
So if she doesn't come back up, can I drive the TIE Strider?
Zephyr, I
Believe
assure
that
you
fell
this
to me.
isn't time for jest.
Everyone's like me.
Unless anyone
This
has
is
anything,
decided.
We take turns.
unless anyone has anything pressing, I'm gonna move to Octavia.
I was gonna say, Feloy is like just watching Octavia, keeping it focused on this vat right now.
Uh,
Do it after. I'll do it after.
Okay.
Octavia, you slip underneath the water. Kind of feel yourself falling deeper and deeper, far deeper than this vat is, until you are met by bright gold eyes, shining, gargantuan, intently focused on you. You call, my champion.
Sivanovni, your arm has a boon that it requires of you.
I shall do my best to reward. What do you request?
There's no way that I can make it back to the island of refugees that sits in the Silent Lake. But your arms are far longer than mine. There's an army that encroaches upon them. They're going to need help if they're going to survive.
What would you ask of me? I've already provided them the aid of my lair.
If I am not focused on taking apart my enemies, and I'm worried about them, then I won't be to the best of my abilities. O Silanovni, I ask that you would smite those that call themselves the Eclipse so long as they dare to trespass your territory.
I assure you that, as you well know, I am merciless when it comes to my own territories. Friend or foe, those who enter my waters do not return. But on the surface, there is little that I can do. I can if these refugees suffer and flee to the water, I can temper my hunger for but a moment. But beyond that, I don't know if there's much I can do, my arm.
Just as she's like sinking, she's like, her eyes are closed and she's thinking, and this is giving me time to think, because dear God, what do I say? Sorry, my brain is like catching up.
No, this is a
You're all
pickle
good?
for sure.
Yeah, no, we're
Yeah.
in a right pickle, my guy.
Oh.
Is there any way possible that I could render unto some of the mighty strength that you've given me to my uncle? Temporarily.
I could perhaps transfer your boon to another.
Then do it.
It is done. As you feel several tentacles wrap around your arm, the hand that usually holds this blade, and just slowly pull, the blade disappears.
I did not give this position lightly, and I am not forsaking it, or you. But I would see them survive to see this new world that we choose to make.
Understand?
And she probably...
It's at this
says-
point that you start feeling the water begin to fill your lungs.
Yeah, she probably coughs out some sort of a orcish thank you, like a very reverent thank you before struggling for the surface.
Yep. Octavia breaks the surface, gasping for air, coughing up water. She has been slowly inhaling this as she's been under the tub. Yeah, you're back up with the rest of the party.
That does not get any easier. Whew.
What did you need to do?
Rutha seeks to advance her armies against the helpless island of refugees. I gave the Silnavni my permission to grant my boon to my uncle that he might protect them better. I don't know what that means for the fight for us, but...
Will this be sufficient?
Yeah, is that enough? Not that it's on
Winnie.
you, of course, but yeah.
If you could send Cass Ascending to my mother and let her know. I believe she's still on the main island. She might not know what's happening at the refugees. How big is this vat that Eloy made? Like, is it?
Not for
6 feet
submerged
tall.
Octavia.
I was gonna say 6 feet tall.
It's like a
He's
box
probably gonna
tank.
go to the side of it. He's gonna like put like a hand out to like the side of the vat. Put a hand to his forehead. And he's just gonna be like, Rutha knows more than we thought she did about the shards. I need any information on them to give us any type of leg up. Please grant me the knowledge that you know, that you hold. Talking to his eye.
And I'll cast Ascending to communicate with your mom.
Sorry.
Your mom.
So sorry. Asking the eye, sending to the mom, right?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and make a Arcana check, Februm. And then Winnie, what are you saying specifically?
Oh shit. I always forget I have to actually do this.
That's a roll to 17, so that's a 30 on the dot.
Evan, what's your mom's name?
Emphyra.
Fire.
I'm surprised I remember that.
Yeah.
Fire emergency. This is Winnie. The refugee island is under a sudden attack. Please do what you can. Where am I at? Can to tag. Is that 15?
That's 20.
That's 20. Okay. The people stay safe.
I'm muted. Sorry, one more time. People are just having a conversation on my door, so I'm a little distracted.
Well, all right, hold
So
on.
sorry.
I gotta remember what I said. It's okay. Fire emergency. This is Winnie. The refugee island is under attack. Please do what you can to protect them. Thank you, and stay safe. Winnie.
Okay.
I don't know if I said this is Winnie. I did at the beginning, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then I don't say Winnie again. I don't end
Just
it with
like a-
Winnie.
you don't have any words for it?
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
You quickly get a response. Very aware. I'm currently on the island myself, helping
Sylvain, if you're looking for her uncle.
there's like Sylvain and Urdusk, repel the creatures. They're dropping many explosives.
God, this feels like the Hunger Games shit. So weird.
They're straight dropping bombs.
Already several casualties, but holding, I don't think our own is one word, but our own.
I got a response. She's there now. They're keeping the monsters at bay with Javi's uncle and Dusk. But
Well.
apparently there's a lot of explosives and a lot of casualties.
Well, then I guess we'll just have to reroute their priorities then, shall we?
What do you mean?
Well, Rutha's not there.
No. But if she thinks she needs any sort of extra help, perhaps they'll
That's
pull
true.
away. If we make ourselves a more important target, one to where she thinks that she needs to pull them back, I don't know. I'm trying to do what I can for my people and those who are left from Oodvin. This is the best
never
plan that
thought
I could
would say
think of.
this. I fully agree with you. That's the plan I was gonna suggest. Just go give her hell and hope that she calls for backup.
Well, we do need a plan, right?
Yes,
I mean,
yes,
there-
I'm not saying we
the
don't.
next person, we can't just run in there.
Does Februm get anything before we How much
Yeah.
of this
Right,
conversation-
30 Arcana check.
Mhm. He's looking for, like, I guess
Like, what are you looking for specifically?
I guess he kind of saw, like, how much Rutha understands and how much power she has over the shard and, like, using the shard. He wants to understand it better to essentially at least put us even with her, or, like, give us a leg up. Just, like, any information it might have on utilizing, or just in general for shards.
So you ask the eye this question, especially with the knowledge of its connection to the shards now.
Right.
First of all, your nose starts to bleed for a second as your mind is flooded with infinite possibilities and infinite options for what these shards can be used for. They are magic and power and potential. The past, the present, everything all in one. It is easy to forget that such a small object has the capacity to create and destroy worlds. Each shard itself sustaining a plane of its own. Especially now that you have the material shard on you, you're holding the key to the land that you stand on. You get an impression that, specifically with Rutha, that the shards are all connected. They have been since the beginning, and it's been easy to overlook with your party holding most of them. With the exception of the celestial and the fiendish shards, but those are being held by actual gods. Their connection's a bit different. Being a shard bearer without tapping into the magic directly allows you a little bit more freedom. You're not bound by rules and constraints. You can interchange, you can switch them. It's like if you're looking to do anything like specific, you have a feeling that your eye would help you tap into it. It kind of stands at the ready. It may come at a cost.
Right.
Probably your own vitality. But, like, your imagination's a starting point. Each shard has specialties. Like with a 30, I'll give you this. Where the material shard is much more concrete, more about, as you would expect, the material plane. It is the common and the extraordinary, solid and put together. The Fey shard is ethereal, whimsical. It is deeply tied to emotion. And then the primordial shard is chaotic and fluid. Has a feeling that hundreds of storms and erupting volcanoes are contained within it. It is chaos incarnate and one of the more powerful raw shards. The construct shard, on the other hand, is all about order, control, putting things in place, making sure that they stay there. The fiendish shard has much more to do with desires, wants, giving you the confidence to do anything that you want, no matter the cost. The celestial shard is kind and light. It was always meant to be the warmest and the most nurturing of the 6. But you know, in recent years, its bearer has lost its way. Each shard is better at doing things than others, but they're all batteries. It can be used for what you need them to, if you're willing to risk it. Knowing this, you what Rutha did last night pairs beautifully with the construct shard. A space that you were able to communicate with no violence, no recourse, across grand distances. That is bread and butter. But yeah.
I think, yeah, he's going to step out from there. Say, I guess, essentially he's going to consult someone else first.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we need to exploit weaknesses then. If we must strike her, and hard, then we'd best do it on footing that she is not prepared for. Or, rather, footing that her shard is not prepared to handle.
Very wise. She's all about her stupid little
What do you have?
plans.
What do you have in mind? Feel it.
The magic she now possesses is... well, it's the magic that your family granted to my plane, and it is also the magic I am most familiar with. While she may be independently powerful, the shard probably won't contribute much to her destructive capability. Though I am something of an exception in terms of my creative potential, none of the constructs were designed to destroy their own. We have to remember that what the shard provides her is order. So we must be disorderly.
I gave Axel the Wand of Wonder, I thought. That's disorderly.
Yeah.
Orderly.
Bleh.
That's something I'm good at.
Octavia, this is precisely my thought. The Wand of Wonder is an item not even its user can predict. Perhaps if we add some extra energy to it, we can create a grander effect that is wholly unpredictable.
Are you asking that I take the Wand of Wonder and I combine it somehow with the power of the material shard?
No.
They're more like
I am asking that one of us add the power of the primordial shard to it. The most chaotic and unpredictable of them. and the one with the most potential for raw destructive power. And it may create a grave predicament for us, but she too will be in that predicament.
I suppose it's better than. Well, it's certainly a gamble. I will say that.
Creating even footing by creating.
Uneven ground, yes.
I hate to be the one to bring this up, but he has the construct shard. Does that contribute at all to what influences you, Eloy?
I suppose that would be parallel to asking if the material shard's usage affects you. Or if the fiendish shard affects you, or the celestial shard affects Winifred. While it is magic I am familiar with, I am not directly controlled by it, though ultimately I was created by it.
Yes, but it is a different shard, different magic altogether. It is about order, and from what I understand of the constructs that are created, they are created in a way where the shard gives them a objective and they fulfill it.
This is true. She could potentially create new programming to cause the sleeping Modrons to act under her accord.
But will it affect you?
Once Modrons awaken to the world around them, the programming they create is their own. They are no longer subjected to programming by outside forces. I, for example, can program Sleeping Modron to act in a certain way, as I did in the Grove. But no Modron can write programming for me. Not anymore.
Alright.
Of course, she doesn't know that we have an ally like Feloy, so I doubt she would have prepared for that.
In that
Right.
case, we need to get the wand and the primordial shard holder as close to her as possible.
Ideally,
Sounds like something we can handle, right, Axel?
Sounds awfully sacrificial.
This is gonna be fucking chaotic as hell.
The point.
I'm here for it.
Get a little rowdy.
I feel like this is like totally my energy, and I've just kind of been in awe that like this is the plan that we're going for. But I fully support it. Don't get me wrong, but like
Axel, if you'd like to spearhead this effort, I am simply proposing that which is most uncomfortable to me. A plan that I absolutely cannot in any way predict.
I mean, like the rest of this group usually would be like against this kind of stuff too. So
Axel, I've had your back.
I'm all
like,
for it.
Necessarily for this, but
I am all for
that's
it,
true,
bro.
Zephyr. No,
Let's
it's
be
usually me and
honest.
Zephyr.
We always have a plan and then it goes wrong anyways, so this wouldn't be anything.
Exactly. What's the point of planning for forces that we don't know?
Make a
really
plan.
not
Plan
bad.
goes wrong. New plan.
I think kind of this entire time Octavia's just been kind of like facing back, looking back the way they came. Just like looking at the
You're gonna be
horizon
alright.
line.
When you just go up and kind of like grab her hand and give it a little squeeze. Like, look up at her.
Yeah, she will squeeze back, and then she will turn back to look. You aim where I point my sword. Preferably straight through Rutha's stupid thick neck.
That would be nice.
That's the idea.
Do you
Well-
have a magical weapon still?
Oh, yes.
Okay, good.
I still have my short sword of warning, and I have a, forget what it is, but another thing. It's just, I can't use my boon currently. So I'm assuming without trying much that I cannot use much in the terms of spells at the moment. Assuming that looking at DM.
You kind of like test it a little bit. Your basic warlock magic is there,
Okay.
but flashpoint and all that stuff.
Yeah,
That's gone.
not. Yep. Cool. Yeah, it's just I can still use magic, and I have magical weapons, but my signature is currently out of commission.
So maybe not have you on the front lines, or is that where you want to be?
That's
I don't
the
know
only
how
way
you
I
work.
can hit the bitch. So yes.
Maybe you can like throw stuff at her. I don't know.
You don't have like a
I don't-
crossbow or anything?
No.
How rogue
Why,
do you think
you?
she is?
Ow, I mean, could you
Wait,
just
what?
wait time to make another gun?
I have a crossbow
not.
on me. You can have it if you want.
Do I even? I don't
Yeah,
know
I
if I
also
can
have a
use
crossbow,
those.
and I've been carrying it this
Well,
whole
simple
time. You just
weapons.
want it?
I also have a crossbow, but I don't
I
use
never
it because I have
use
a
it.
gun.
Silly fun.
Octavia's like, listen, I either fight on the front lines or I do not fight at all.
Okay.
Okay.
Second point, is there anything about Rutha that may aid us in fighting her?
Well,
As
I've
she's
in-
never
big.
personally... Well, I've never personally witnessed her fighting style. I don't know if her being a bitch will contribute heavily to that.
I believe
Perhaps
she's
she'll-
more of a fighter, right?
I thought she was much more. Well, she's beefy.
Well,
That's for
she's
sure.
beefy. Yes.
Doesn't cast many far-reaching spells, I don't think. From what I remember.
She was a. Remember, it's been a
I
while.
think, most of us, I think most of us didn't really see this.
I thought she was a
I-
paladin.
I wasn't even here when you guys fought her, so
Yeah, well,
No, you were because
there was.
The person
Your dad
with
died.
the best answer for this isn't here right now.
Is Lily.
yeah, really.
Wait.
Because
Wait,
I guess
why would
Iris
you
is here.
have Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
was
yeah,
forgetting.
Iris.
That's true.
Iris is
That's
like,
rundown.
Iris, do you have any
No.
information that would help us?
No!
I didn't see her like fight too much. That's not generally something that anyone in the eclipse really saw. Because if Rutha was fighting, then things were kind of fucked anyway. She's always been on a different level than everyone else in the eclipse. Not like ranking wise, but talking like power level.
I'm a little bit flattered that she's willing to fight against us.
I do think she does have some magic, but I think it's mostly like bolstering and like doing extra damage kind of stuff. Feels very paladin-y. But I mean, she's lethal with her greatsword.
I will say
So
that
we
it's
can
also bold
stop
of us
her.
to assume that she won't be using plenty of people to throw at us in between us and her. Because she, I don't know about you, and this could just be me reading, but I feel like I have a good read on people. She kind of gives me the vibes of, well, I'll let you fight my I can't do her accent. She'll let other people fight for her until we're tired, and then she'll come finish us off because then she can gloat.
I hear you. All our people aren't there.
We don't
At least
know.
not
She
a lot of
sent
them.
She sent things.
She
to
sent
the
things,
She didn't
not
send
people.
Yeah,
Well, aren't
there
people
are probably
bombing?
people there.
Monsters.
No, things are gone.
Are we making a plan or not?
Monsters can bomb things?
Alright, here's my proposal.
Is the
They do have
We
feet.
get someone to stop her from moving. Me and Axel get in there. Things get a little rowdy. We get out and then deal with the aftermath.
But you're not going to just finish her off when you have the chance?
Well, I mean, if we can try. I'm
I don't
not opposed to
necessarily
that.
think
Okay.
that
Hear,
We
This
don't
hear
know
me
mag-
out.
what's gonna
Yeah.
happen with the wand.
Hear me out. You, me, and Axel. You set off the primordial shard in the chaos. I will try to steal the shard from her.
Okay.
Remember, we
That's not a
can't
bad
let the
idea.
shard leave its location.
Of course. I'm just saying.
Also, you will have to pass
Well,
your
once we get
shard.
the shard,
You'll
it'll
have
be a
to
lot
pass
easier.
the material shard first.
Because
You
she
can't
can
hold two
sense.
at the
You can't
same
hold two
time.
at the same time. True.
Yeah.
You've tried it. It doesn't work.
It does not
Not a
work.
good time.
Mm-mm.
No.
No bueno.
Al?
If I can get close to her, I can at least attempt to keep her by me, keep her focused.
So then I
Oh,
should
just
give the
what?
material shard to you.
That's not what I was.
That's not what I want.
There's something about like powerful forces that just like are
Gravitate
drawn
down.
to you.
Yeah.
Work with her. Yeah.
Al, if you're gonna be the one running up to her, trying to get close to her and everything, distract her, I have something I can do that might help you get to her without any issues. Like travel-wise.
Like what?
Like, it's a spell that I put in the book. But like if there's like hard terrain or anything like that, you can get through it and you can't be like paralyzed or something. So
Then
if she tries to stop you getting over there, she can't. Unless
I
there's
haven't.
some crazy magic that I don't know about.
I was going to bring her to me.
Oh, even better. Then I'll put that on. I'll
But
just
keep
save
that
it.
on the back burner. I will.
If I am not mistaken, you can still use that spell multiple times, just in case.
I have an idea.
Well, this is the idea stage, so out with it because we need to
We need
get going
They're
soon, I
bombing the
believe.
island. What if we bomb them? Me and Axel go on the broom, and like I cast without trace. We fly over top of Rutha, jump off. I'll feather fall us down, and then we'll ride on top of her. Then we do the
Zephyr?
wand.
Zephyr.
Screw the
Yeah.
feather fall. Let's just dive in.
Well,
Axel.
Yeah.
I could make a
Just
distraction.
kind of looked at you two like,
it's not a bad idea when you think
I mean-
about it. Like it gets us in there. She's not gonna expect us to come from above.
We'll,
unless she can sense
go
the
with-
position of the shards.
we'll go when the moon is high, and we'll dive straight down from the moon. So when you look up, we get distorted in the light.
Yeah, he's on to something here.
Or you could just be invisible.
Zephyr holds out his hand for
Oh,
a
I
high
guess there's
five.
two. Axel will
Also-
like, give you a high five.
Also, there will be no surprise if Zephyr's still holding onto a shard, because I'm assuming, given her advanced knowledge of the shards, that she can also detect them, like we can.
Well, that's the thing, is if we have 3 shards around her, maybe she won't be able to.
Not sense the one that's flying high above her.
Well, maybe it'll, I don't know, maybe it's like a
So
dragon
I'm-
rare.
Without bonding,
I'm not-
that sounds like a good idea.
I'm not entirely sure if it'll work on the shard, but there is a spell to cloak magic.
There is?
Mhm.
All the
I
spellcasters.
Using
If
it
you-
on
cast it at a
artifact?
higher level, perhaps. I just can't imagine that you can mask the very
can't.
essence of a plane.
The other thing we have to know is we can't. Anyone who's can cast like 7th circle magic, we have to at least save one of that because we need something 7th level or higher for the ritual. So we
Well,
can't
I mean-
burn all our spells.
In that
I-
case, if we take
Right?
care of Rutha, we could stay there.
Well, as I understand it, we won't need to expend a slot of magic. It's rituals of this kind do not typically require a slot. They just
Rituals.
require a direct
The
The
channeling of
ability
bleed.
to, over a grand amount of
A
time.
lot more preparation.
So,
All right.
I've been just one thing like, for Zephyr. Like, so Zephyr, like your programming, like how that doesn't like require slots. I have a feeling
okay,
it's
that-
probably gonna be pretty similar for the ritual.
Oh, cool. That's so it shouldn't be that hard then.
Well, it
So,
will
can-
test
you
our
can think that.
endurance, mental and physical.
That twice. I've been doing up my physical stress. We got this, guys. We got this in the bag.
So what I'm hearing is we have two current strategies or plans that we could take. We either drop Zephyr and Axel in, or we bring Rutha to us. But bringing Rutha to us would assume that whatever we use to bring her to us, she doesn't, like, I don't know, somehow save herself from that happening, etc. Much as I don't want to admit it, there's something to be said about a surprise attack from above.
Can I,
Zephyr pumps this fist. I'll take it.
I haven't gotten a chance to do it yet.
I think you've said.
I want to cast Augury,
What is-
on
Okay.
the plan to drop in from above, and whether that's going, because that will tell us if it's generally good, generally bad, or neither.
Okay.
Mhm.
I can
It's
read
gonna
it
be
if
a
you
woe.
want.
It's for sure gonna be woe.
It's
Gonna
a big
pull it up
whoa.
in front of me.
It's a big whoa.
You receive an omen about the result of a specific course of action. Oh, it has to be within the next
It's for
30
the next
minutes.
30
I guess.
minutes. So when
I
you
can
get to
wait.
like the edge of town, or like the
Okay.
edge of their cave,
Phila, have
it's a
you
little
been-
early.
Alright, so
Do you get
we'll
it?
know-
check, but
Couple options. Well,
those are two plans. And then I will try to steal the shard from Rutha. So that means Zephyr, I would like your pass without a trace, please. Just as
yeah, I could.
extra.
Well, the problem with that is if we're airdropping, I've got to reduce fall because it's gonna hurt.
You also still need two.
Unless we just
shards
fly the
somewhere.
broom straight down
Yes.
and then pull up last second. That could
Who
work.
would it be most beneficial for me to hand the material shard in order to use it against Rutha? My gut instinct tells me Al, but if you don't want it, I don't want to give it to you.
I mean,
You're gonna be-
having the shard would make him more attractive in Rutha's eyes.
If you're going to be
not-
up in the area with Rutha anyway, I don't know if... Well, if you're trying to hide. I see.
Well, if
And it would make
Octavia's
her...
trying to take the other shard, then she can't be having the other shard with her.
Yes.
I would suggest we give it to someone who is not likely to fall unconscious and unwittingly give it to her or one of her subordinates. And fortunately, the only two without shards are the least likely.
She kind of looks between Al and Feloy.
Oh, not me. I meant
No.
No. Al and Winnie.
That's eyelashes, little angel halo goes over her head. She's like,
It's like, at this point, it's up to you two. I can't hold this on to me I can't be holding this when I try to get the other shard. Rutha's going to know something's up when she doesn't sense me with a shard. Anyways, so I need to be as inconspicuous as possible.
Well, that is if she can sense shards. We still don't know that for sure.
I'm making that
It's a good
assumption
but
because of
It's a
how
good-
she's been tracking us. She knew that we left to go after the primordial shard.
oh, I guess you're.
She knew we got
Maybe.
distracted.
I'm feeling a little silly right now, y'all. I forgot about
What
one
do
of
you
the
think?
items I bought.
Oh,
Oh yes, I
Taylor,
did
you
just
look like you're
purchase.
feeling a little
I-
silly.
I'm feeling a little silly. I did just purchase an item that would allow you to appear from one point to another point within 1,500 feet, which is very far.
There it is. You don't even need to.
So- You might
Yeah,
say
just-
you could go from hither to thither with said
I
item.
completely forgot
Got that
We have a lot of teleportation stuff, guys.
Alternatively,
has
I
the
could
helm.
create a portal directly under her and hope that she falls, but
Wait,
it would
I
be
can,
safer. It would be
does-
safer to assume
It's
that we
so
send someone
good.
in.
If we made her
Can't we
fall
just me and
from a
Axel
really
launch
high
in?
place,
I feel like she would
Winnie's out
have
for
something to
revenge.
combat
Marcy.
that.
Love it bitter.
That's
and then
hilarious.
we'll bring her back to life and put weird stuff in her
Yeah.
body.
Uh-huh.
Great plan,
Maybe-
guys. I love it. Yeah,
Wait, I feel like that was a little personal.
yeah.
Winnie,
What's your point?
You okay?
No. I'm
Do you want to talk about it later or right now? Or?
absolutely not. No. But I'm ready to get this done.
alright,
Okay.
so we hither ourselves to Rutha.
You still need
So then I
to hold on to
can
the shard.
pass without a trace on you.
I
Copy.
would prefer that, please.
And
mean,
if
I'll
you're, if you're
just
going
wanna
with
hold
us,
it,
I can
I-
put it on all three of us. Give us at least a little bit of an edge.
True.
Also take these boots of elven kind. Do you already have some?
Me? No, I
No,
didn't actually.
I was talking about the one who was going to steal the shard.
Yeah, I
Oh.
don't. I have no attunement slots if those require attunement.
They do not.
I will take them.
Take
Yes.
boots of elven kind. They're much more useful than I thought they would be.
So, will you be giving this staff to Zephyr, or will you be
He doesn't
casting
need to
from
give
it? Because then we'll need to get you a sightline.
Oh, I can see very far.
We also have the broom, so he could get like an aerial shot.
We have a lot of
Surface to
options
put it
when it
on.
comes to sight and teleportation. I don't think we need to be worried about that.
I think that is as sound of a plan as we are going to get, because if we plan any further, then Rutha might be able to take it apart.
All right.
This may be the least favorable of all the plans that we've made. I think
And
it's all
maybe
we
that's-
have.
A good thing, for once.
Well,
Can we agree to not tell Lily when we bring her back about how
Oh,
reckless
yes,
we
we are
were?
not.
Yeah.
I mean, she'll figure it out,
Yeah.
but
uh,
She's good.
Lily would love this. She's always like,
Yes,
Lily
based
was
on your
chaotic.
based
would
on your
love it.
glowing descriptions of her, I think she would be very fond of this plan.
she'd be proud of this plan.
1, 2, 3, not
Maybe
it.
You're right.
Not it for
I'll
what?
tell her.
No,
Oh, well,
Oh.
Februm called dibs,
That
so.
would make sense.
Reverend's got
Yeah,
one.
Februm- Februm-
If
gotta tell
anyone
her
has to,
After he
we-
gives her a
I imagine it'll
smooch.
be me.
Octavia,
Yes,
like,
Winnie.
Octavia snores. It's like, alright, this isn't the time for jesting. We have to
We
be
need to.
serious. This is
Let's
very dire.
Mhm, mhm.
Let's go.
One terrifying action after. All right.
Wait, real quick. Does anyone have? Actually, you know what? No, everyone save your spell slots. 'Cause if we don't have.
How far away is it from here? Like, do we still have a day or two? 2 days?
I was gonna
You've gotta-
So any spells?
I wanted to know if these cookies had anything magical about
The
I'll
cookies?
identify them.
Yeah.
Al smashes them and cast identify.
There's
I
no
don't know if
time.
they're just yummy mom
They're
cookies or they're yummy
bombs.
mom cookies with magic. They're
That are
bomb
purple.
cookies.
How many yummy
They're
mom
holy
cookies
hand
did you
grenades.
They were made in a bomb.
They're
factory.
holy cookie grenades.
They're bombs.
They're bombs.
They're
I can
bombs.
identify them on the way there,
Okay.
but we need to get them.
Tide
So
Strider
what,
like
we're
now.
like a day away? Like
2 days.
enough to get us sleep beforehand and cure a level of exhaustion far away?
2 days.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't do anything else.
Supposing you don't acquire another.
No, what kind of lunches?
So, what? For our sakes, then, those who hold shards should hold them until we get close enough. In which case, I will make a game time decision to give it to Al or Winnie, and you better be ready to accept it, either of you, because it's just gotta happen. So,
I'm ready.
Plan on winning.
I love how it's like not really a decision, and she's like,
No.
it's a decision.
I want it!
I don't know who it's gonna be.
I'm just
Alrighty.
saying that I think Al with the material shard to combat Rutha sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
But
I would love to
if
see
That's true.
Al
I don't
punch
even know what it
fire.
does. Yeah. that
I
would
Do
would
fire
love
punch? That's so
I'll
cool.
Punch fire.
She's immune to fire, isn't she?
That'd be
Oh,
crazy.
Something else then, electric or cold.
She was at
figured this
least
out.
resistant. She was
I
at
think we
least
figured this
resistant
out
last you
before,
checked.
yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Y'all hop in Tide Strider, pack up camp, and head down into the ravine. And I described this for Theloy, but this is maybe like 60 feet wide for the most part. It is a deep cut through the earth. A little unnatural in certain extents. It's almost as if a creature the size of the planet dipped its blade and just ripped a chunk out of the earth. Feloy, you know that it dips down, stays pretty deep for a period of time, and then will arc back up about half a day before you would reach where you believe the constructed shard to have resided. And it takes about a whole day to travel the ravine at the pace that you're going. So you head on your way. Al, you identify the cookies. Yeah, let's do that.
They're just.
Uh,
Which would be fine. I just didn't know if there would be any.
no, but I feel.
She's a god and she's an experimentalist, so I
There
figured-
are these lavender cookies taste so good that they make you want to keep going and keep living. So as a bonus action, they're like very minorly enchanted. It was one of those things of like, and while you're like looking at these things, you're like, the enchantment probably wasn't purposeful. It was just because a goddess made these goddamn cookies.
They were baked with
Yeah.
love.
They were baked with love. I feel like that's also like, so that's what they're gonna be called. So it's lavender cookies. They have a little ability. It's called Baked with Love. As a bonus action, you can eat a cookie and cast resistance on yourself without needing to hold concentration. And it doesn't count as you casting a spell. It's just for a minute
The effects of
you gain the effects of resistance. And you got
You
5
add-
cookies.
Will you add that?
I'll
Or
write
do you
it
want me
down.
to make it? Yeah, I'll say if you want to write it down, I can just make it in D&D Beyond for myself, but
Yeah.
I won't remember that. So I need it in
Yep.
writing.
As a bonus action, you can eat a cookie and you gain the effects of resistance for up to a minute or until you use it.
Nice. Tommy, you want a cookie? When we get there?
Want a cookie?
You want a cookie?
Why'd you say
What?
it like that?
I don't know.
Sure.
But
Just say
anyway.
it like that.
You begin traveling down this road, and I need somebody else to give me a d20 roll.
A what?
I'll do it.
Roll a d20. Okay, Winnie, do it.
Yay! I never do. This is why I never do it.
It's like a straight
Just a
roll.
straight d20, and then tell me what you rolled.
Got lucky number 13.
Oh, that's not too bad.
13's
Thought
a
she was
scary
gonna
number.
be 10.
I think Feloy does remind the party to be like vigilant because getting ambushed here would suck based on his experience.
Yeah.
The first half of the day goes by smoothly. For those unfamiliar with this ravine, it is eerie. It is much darker in the bottom of the ravine than it is on the outside, up top. The walls seem to tower hundreds of feet up above you. The sky has become just a light sliver in the distance. And the ground, while there is a path, is covered in kind of random bits of debris and rock. And you see parts of the wall that have broken off over time and fallen down into the bottom of this ravine. You hear some light skittering. You probably encounter a couple creatures that don't rely on much sight. And with the Tide Shredder rolling through, you kind of draw their attention. But with some quick combat, nothing seems to pose much of an issue to your party. About midday, you're making your way through part of the deepest section of the ravine. And Feloy, you start to notice rubble that wasn't here when you did your projection. There's a scattering of rocks right around where you were making markings for the cores. When you kind of take time to stop and grab things, it's just enough to pique your interest.
Is this the same rubble as like the rock structures around us?
Mm-hmm. Like it matches the cliff walls and everything.
Yeah. So yeah, I think like he's literally like reaching down for something and notices like all of the rubble around it. Like he made this sketch pretty accurately and it's like clean. So he's very much noticing this spot in particular. I fear that something may have passed through here.
Something
What?
was
That it-
made to welcome us.
I hope it's still waiting.
Let's see.
Well, I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
well-
can I like... Is there a point where it's like, where it like stops? Like, oh, there's a bunch of rubble here, and then it's like not, you know, you get to a point where it's gone. Like, this is the only area where it came from? Or like something huge walked all the way through?
Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Sweet. Uh, 19.
19. You kind of like glance at the rubble, some of the larger rocks and stuff. And you look up and it looks like a lot of this rubble has come from like the very top of the ravine. As you move forward a little bit more, you turn a corner. And you see where this rubble has probably fallen from. There is a massive wall of rock. And as you look up, it looks like parts of the upper wall had been blown out. And it had collapsed to create this pile of rock at the bottom of the ravine.
Well, perhaps a concerted effort, but maybe not an ongoing one.
What do you suppose I do? I can't exactly drive through it.
Eloy, can you make a ramp?
I could try that.
An elevator?
Can I get a sense of how deep it is?
For how tall it is, it's probably like... I'm gonna think of like structural integrity kind of stuff. It's thick for how tall it has to be, and there's a lot of like solid rock.
Let me
Large
cast
chunks.
Can I cast Pass Wall?
How far does Pass Wall get you?
It says 20 feet.
I don't think 20 feet is gonna do you.
Can I do it more than once?
Can Al make a hole? Something. Al, you said something about making a hole in something. Hole in structure. Something.
Not that big.
Oh, okay.
I meant like a wall or something, not a 40-foot dam.
I tried.
Probably cast it more than once, right?
It's not concentration and it lasts for an hour.
Your only worry about Pass Wall is it being wide enough to fit the Tide Strider. Because it can only be 5 feet wide. So it's one of those, like, you might
Can
have
I
to do it
rotate
twice. To do 5 feet tall instead of?
Yeah. I mean, cars aren't... I don't know how tall this is.
We have a convertible. There's no
I
way
thought it
taller
was a
than that.
convertible, which
We
means
can
it's
just
not
kinda,
as
like, all
tall.
crouch down.
And we all just, like, get down.
It's gonna be tight, and you're probably gonna have to flip the mirrors in, as well as crouch down a little bit. But that could probably work.
And then just dissipates.
Look, I really want to use Pass Wall, that's all I'm saying.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Okay, so he kind of was worried at first. He kind of sighs a sigh of relief upon seeing that it is not like an active threat, apparent, like seemingly. You see him take some measurements. He kind of takes the measurements of the Tide Strider. And then he opens up his tablet again and starts typing. And it just starts to, like, slowly fade away, this path.
So I'm gonna backtrack a little bit, because I had you all a little farther back from the wall.
Oh,
As-
if something happens when I approach it. Okay.
Yep. As you are kind of making your way over here, dismounting the Tide Strider, a good, like, 30 to 60 feet back kind of deal. There are some rocks here too that the Tide Strider's gonna have to go slower around anyway. You begin to walk forward. I gotta make some rolls.
Yeah.
I gotta figure out who else I'm hitting.
I don't like it when you say it like that.
If Eloy's getting out of the car, I'll have to get out of the car too, just to let him out. So.
Can anyone not be surprised?
Is that what my warning sword does?
I'm like,
Yeah.
unfortunately, the sword that gives you that benefit is not on your person right now.
I thought that was my crystal short sword. I didn't think it was
No.
the warning one.
The warning one is the one that holds the flashpoint.
Is it?
Mhm.
I thought it was the other one. Yeah.
No, because the crystal one is the one that you got at your parents'
Oh,
place.
from my date.
Mm-hmm.
You did. Well,
Wait, the
Aaron
whole
had one.
weapon just
had one.
yeeted?
I had one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess I would
Had
technically
So it
still have
overtook
it
the
on my
weapon that I
person,
had before.
because I never like sold
Okay,
it.
I didn't-
It kept its warning benefits, but it gained all of those other things. And when when you asked the Silanovni to pass on the boon, it took the whole blade.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. Cool.
I mean, I guess I still technically have my longbow warning in my inventory, but I'm not like, using it, so I don't think.
I don't think that works.
It's like, I think weapons of warning, it might just have to be on your person.
In that case, it would probably still be effective.
I look it up.
Oh no, it requires a tune.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
So if it's not attuned to you, it's not going to give you that
Yeah.
anti-surprise benefit.
then no.
Then none of them.
Cool. Let's see. You're getting one. You're getting one.
And you get attacked. And you get attacked.
Get a boulder.
And
You
get
get a
attacked.
boulder.
Probably you. Okay.
Probably you. And you can get one too.
As a treat.
As a
been good.
treat.
Because you've been good.
You've been good.
You deserve it.
Okay.
You deserve it. Smiles. Almost.
I'm fairly confident that there's no way he fails this stealth check, but I should roll just in case.
Should roll.
Yeah, my passive 12 perception is pretty hard to beat.
Yeah, that's gonna be fine. I pretty much just didn't have to roll a natural one.
Ah,
Nice.
That's a crazy modifier.
It was a 33 total.
Ooh.
Well, I guess I don't know what you rolled, but I'm like, you have to have like, if a 2 will do it, you have to have like a plus 18 modifier.
A big modifier.
Big monster.
Okay.
I hope it's not big with plus 18 stealth.
Okay. Feloy, does a 24 hit you?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh shit.
Okay. Just because this burned me the last time it happened, give me a description of what's happening so I can determine if I need to use a reaction spell.
If we're surprised,
Do I
can we use
perceive
reaction?
anything?
You
Like, do I even have a chance to use a reaction spell, or am I just like taking it?
So I think the way that this, because he's surprising you, so
I don't get reaction. Well, because we're not rolling initiative. We would need to roll initiative if we're doing typical surprise rolls.
Yeah. Because they get a round before.
Well, because if I roll ahead, then I get my reaction back before they go.
Gotcha.
Not that, like, is their initiative high?
It's pretty high.
It's pretty high. Here, let me just. Okay, just hit me.
Here, I can roll for you.
You don't need to.
Oh, I was like, not for next time, but 21 would have been their initiative.
Yeah. So we're good. Hit me. Well.
Oh, okay. I think I'm back.
There you
Cool.
go.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. 24 to hit Feloy.
Yep.
31 to hit Winnie.
Mm-hmm.
And that was actually pretty bad. 20 to hit Februm.
Pizza.
Gotcha.
Pizza.
Pizza.
That cat's crazy.
Wait, that's not what you said.
I said pizza.
Oh.
I knew that's
Drew
what you
said-
said, but I really
Drew
heard.
said
okay.
pizza.
I really heard pizza.
Should I roll separately for everyone? Probably.
I don't know what
You hit
manner of
Octavia.
thing this is.
If one rolls really high, then maybe roll.
Usually, if you're
If a
rolling
20 was
separate
really
stat
bad
rolls,
for this
then-
character,
Yeah.
you hit Octavia.
Well, no,
That's
they
damage.
only get 3 shots. So
Okay.
as you are approaching, there is the slightest hint of a whistle immediately before a dark force slams you in the chest. As soon as it hits you, Feloy, there is this moment where your breath is taken out of you. You're gonna take 44 points of necrotic damage.
My word.
Okay.
The rest of you see this as 2 more bolts of this black energy firing from where the rock wall is itself. Winnie, you're gonna take 56 points of damage, and Februm, you're taking 57 points of damage.
Oh
I got my health.
God.
Whack.
As a humanoid creature stands up from a spot midway up the wall, a long rifle in hand. You see
Oh damn it.
you see a container kind of shoot before it clangs on the ground as another one is forced into its place. And it is aimed back towards your party.
What the hell? What is this?
And
It's
that's where we're gonna
Gorn.
end for tonight.
It's Gorn.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh,
Damn. So,
crap. That
so
was my character in the
that was-
prologue.
the prologue character.
That is the Bugbear Ranger with
The
the,
Bugbear
antimatter rifle.
Oh, he has
Thanks.
an antimatter rifle.
The antimatter
Yeah,
rifle.
I forgot about him.
Thanks, Aaron. Appreciate that.
Yup, no problem.
It seems that the person tracking you caught up and has been waiting.
Oh yeah, that person. I forgot
Yeah.
that was happening.
Yep.
I knew
I
it.
was gonna say something when we left the grove, but I was like, probably best not to.
Yeah, so we're gonna pick up with that, and 68.75.
Literally.
Yeah,
Literally.
we're getting there.
Woo!
We only need
Uh,
one and a half
Probably
more.
58.99. We finally.
It'll be fine.
But yeah. Thank you, Aaron, for giving him such a powerful weapon.
Well. It,
Yeah,
it only
Thanks,
helped that
Aaron.
don't think I ever got to actually use it in the fight, so.
I may have he may have rebuilt a little bit over the years.
Naturally.
Why do I get the feeling that Urdusk is going to be the only prequel character we don't fight?
That's not true.
I mean, Reiki's
No.
probably dead also.
Yeah, we didn't fight Ball.
Yeah,
Like,
Reiki's
Yes,
gone.
wait.
Oh, no, Reiki is very
Reiki's-
dead.
I don't think
Reiki's
Reiki's
dead.
gone.
Raker's very dead.
We
And-
could still fight Urdusk.
We could still fight Urdusk,
right,
and
I
we
could
could
still
we
fight
could
Yeah.
still fight
Let's see. We can still
Faulkner.
fight Faulkner. Yeah.
Oh, who am I kidding? You can't charm Urdusk. He has
no,
advantage
I
in
really
like.
believe we're going to end up fighting Faulkner and Winnie's character's name. I can't remember.
No way, we're gonna fight
Oh,
Akira.
yeah.
starts with an M, doesn't it?
I
Winnie?
think we will.
Margot.
I
Margot, yeah.
very much
Margot.
think that we will.
Well, Margot's the first
General.
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 Yeah, so we're
of
definitely.
Blazidon's army, so we're definitely gonna fight Margot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a feeling we're probably going to fight
Faulkner just kind of
and
he just kind of fucked off into the middle of nowhere. He's just happy. He's content to be.
I built Akira so he could
He's
face
crazy.
off against that
Faulkner's
Faulkner.
crazy.
He's crazy. You don't know what's gonna happen. He was crazy before the devouring, and he's crazy after. I actually don't think it really had that much of an effect on him. I'm gonna start before we get any further. Drink water
Yeah.
is very good for you. And good for the soul. I have a little baby water. I try not to drink these because the plastic waste, but if you do have them, reuse them. There's like in this nice like a little by your
Drink 'em
bedside.
again.
Yeah, little shot glass of water for your bedside.
Little shot of water
Of
every
water.
day.
Dane, anything from you?
The VODs will hopefully be coming up soon. Oh,
VODs
Audio
will be
listeners
coming
will
up.
be
Dane's
definitely
camera will be
damaged.
going down.
get it? VODs will hopefully be coming up within the next week or two. I'm finally going back home. And I will get to work on that, and then I will look into iTunes.
Amazing, fantastic. Snaps. I love how everyone did that. Thank you.
We are nothing if not parrots. We copy.
Indeed.
Alrighty. Thank you all for joining tonight. Hope you had a good time. I know I did. I hope all my players did as well. We're gonna pick up next time, probably right with initiative.
Heck yeah.
This is gonna be good, y'all. This is gonna be rough, but it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be something.
So
I
yeah,
hope I don't.
stay excited. And we'll see you next time, y'all. Have a good night.